Hi, y'all. Okay, 9 o'clock Periscope. I'm really trying to wrap my head around what it would mean to continue Periscoping at noon and 9 because I'm really loving this. But I'm getting a lot of views on Facebook Live. So I don't know if y'all have transitioned over to Facebook Live or if you're interested in that. But I would love to hear your feedback because I've been Periscoping every day, never missed a day at noon and 9 on Periscope with y'all since August. So I have added Facebook Live, and I'm just wondering if you guys can give me some feedback on that. I'm trying to really make a decision if I should do both or if you prefer Periscope to Facebook Live, or what do you think? You much prefer Periscope? Okay, good. That's good to know, Danielle. So you would miss me. You would miss me, right? And you prefer Facebook. Okay, Jennifer. You know, I like both, and so this week I've been doing both. I do too. The chat, I haven't had as many live viewers on Facebook, but I've had more overall views. So it's a little, I'm not really sure what to do. So I'm trying to do both this week, and I'm really thinking about just sticking with doing both for different reasons. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it does show your comments to everyone. That's a good point. But it kind of is on Periscope too, but not as many people. So that's a really good point. That's an interesting point, Danielle, really. So that's true. You don't want your mother-in-law seeing you being vulnerable? Oh, interesting. Okay. Periscope for longer-term series and Facebook for short-term? Okay. Maybe that's a possibility too. Thanks for the feedback. Okay, y'all. So for those of you who don't know me, on Periscope, I have people that I don't know. I'll introduce myself, Trina Titus Lozano, and I'm a counselor and ordained Christian minister. On Facebook, it's just my friends that are seeing me right now anyway. So weekly Q&A scopes. Okay, I might do that just on weekends. I don't want to give up my weekend scope. I really love the Q&A on Saturday, and I love the prayer on Sunday. That's so fun. So who knows? Maybe I'll just keep doing both for now. So yeah, but thanks for y'all for your feedback. I really appreciate that. Okay, so I am talking about good to great, and if you caught the replay from my 12 o'clock Periscope or caught Facebook Live, this is something that is important for all of us to think about. Oh, good, Danielle. I'm glad that you like this. So I'll be back Saturday and Sunday for sure at noon and 9, like always. So, but good can be the thief of great so often, and this fear of failure can really inhibit people, and it can just truly paralyze people from moving forward into even being good and continuing to press on with what you're good at. And for sure, it can rob you of the greatness really that the world needs, because all of you are great in some capacity, uniquely. There's no one else like you. You're uniquely great. You've got your gifts and your talents and things that God has given you and that He really wants to call you to do. And in order to really completely give that back to God, you have to do your part. So I know I can or I can't is an attitude that people have. I love that I can do it, people, as long as that's without pride. I love what I read in Proverbs earlier today. You can never sing your own praises. You have to let other people exalt you, let other people praise you, let other people compliment you, and so that's when you're truly lifted up, is when other people recognize and see your gifts. And it's a gift to them too, like 2 Corinthians talks about. But when you just have that humility, but the real true confidence to say, look, God's given me this gift and I have an obligation to steward that gift well. I have an obligation to say, hey, look, I can do this. I can, because I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength, because I can do what He's called me to do, and I'm willing to do that. But if you think you can't, then you're right. If you think you can, you're right. You're right either way. But my grandma and my mom, and it's been passed down from generation to generation. Good. I love that. That's right. Steadfast, but not arrogant. That's nice. Exactly. But to teach our kids to say, I can. Or if you really can't do something, you can say, maybe someday I'll be able to. But this has been passed down from generation to generation in our parenting, is really holding each other accountable to not have an I can't do it attitude, but maybe someday I'll be able to, or I'm going to try harder to even do better, or I can, and I'm going to push through the obstacles. I'm going to push through the trials and the difficult times, and I'm going to be willing to work and put in my effort to really walk it out. Yes, he does, Jennifer. That is so true. Oh, good. I'm glad this has been helping you. I'm so glad this has been helping you. Because yes, you cannot have a fear of failure. You do. Actually, you kind of have to have a fear of the Lord, where you have a fear of God, that you say, okay, someday I'm going to answer to God, and I want him to say, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Well done, like you've actually done something with the talents that he's given you. You haven't buried them, but you've done something with these talents and these gifts that he's given you. You want him to say, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Enter into the joy of the Lord. And that's where the joy really comes from, when you enter into that and you press through the difficulties and you have the joy of knowing that you're using your gifts and you're giving your gifts back to God. I have a few other scriptures that I didn't read earlier, so I just wanted to add these on to tonight's scope. 2 Corinthians 9:8, and God is able to make every grace, hi Sade, God is able to make every grace overflow to you, so that in every way, always having everything you need, you may excel in every good work. You excel. So not just good, but great. And you can do it, not just barely, not just pathetically, but you can literally excel. Whenever you invest in yourself, whenever you're willing to put forth that effort, you can really excel in everything that God's called you to do. Hi, Denise. Good to see you. Thanks for joining Periscope tonight. John 10:10, this is a good one. I have come that they might have life and they might have it more abundantly. Y'all, the abundant life that comes through just putting your hand to the plow and be willing to work it out, be willing to really put in your best effort, put your best foot forward, put in your best effort to do all that God's called you to do, to steward your gifts well, to really put in excel, and invest in whatever you need to do. And I gave some great tips earlier today to excel in what you need to do in doing your part of what God's called you to do. He's given you the gift. That was his part. Your part is to put that gift to work, put your effort in there so that it's happening to bring him glory, and when this partnership happens, God gives you the gifts and then you plant the seeds and you sow them. It's a beautiful thing. What happens is a great harvest. And don't ever be afraid of failure, because that success is really right on the other side of what you think is failure, because God always wants you to know that this is not about you and your talents and your gifts. This is all about him, and he wants the glory for what he's given you. But that success is just right after that. Oh, I'm so glad that you feel better after watching the scopes. Oh, that's good encouragement. Y'all are giving me great encouragement tonight. I love that. Okay, this is a great Chinese quote, actually. Most people fail when they are on the verge of success. So give as much care to the end as to the beginning. Then there will be no failure. Give that, best effort. Finish strong, run that race as to win, finish strong. A lot of people are great at starting, but the follow through is where the reward really is. It's that finish line. It's all about the finish. So press on, y'all. Press on towards a higher calling. Go from good to great. And it is so true, Sade. Go from good to great, and you do it by follow through. You do it by knowing your gifts, stewarding your gifts well, investing in what you know God's called you to do with an I can do it attitude. You can, and you will, and you're going to get the reward of well done, thou good and faithful servant, and it will bring you joy in the process. Well, y'all, thanks for periscoping with me tonight, and I will be back tomorrow at noon and 9, and then I'll also be over on Facebook Live. So if you are a Facebook friend, join join me over on there, and you can watch the Facebook Live video from earlier today. So you can watch that replay as well as the Periscope replay if you want. And so all that's good, great information, and I hope it's helpful for you. You can also go to my website for past Periscopes, TrinaTitusLozano.com. So thanks for the hearts. Thanks for being faithful followers, and I really appreciate it. And I always have a good time with y'all too. You bless me as well. So have a great night, and I'll be back tomorrow. God bless you. Bye-bye.